Have you ever really stopped to think about what makes a soup taste, well, of a place? It's so much more than just a recipe. These simple soup stocks, like Japan's dashi, Europe's bouillon, and China's tong, they're basically the liquid soul of a culture. It's a whole story of geology, science, and philosophy, all told in a single spoonful. So let's figure out what's really going on at the bottom of the bowl.
So what is it that's really at the heart of these foundational liquids? Why is one this clear, almost fleeting essence, while another is a rich, complex symphony of flavor? It's a question that's going to take us deep, deep into the culinary DNA of entire civilizations.
All right, we're going to start with Japan's foundational flavor, dashi, a name that just whispers purity and precision. Then, we'll hop across the continent to Europe for its counterpart, bouillon, which is all about being rich, deep, and layered. And we'll round out our trio with China's ancient soup base, tong, a broth that's really both a flavor and a whole philosophy. Okay, let's kick things off in Japan, where the entire philosophy of flavor is built not on what you add, but on what you take away. It's really a culinary art of subtraction.
At the very heart of dashi, you find something kind of surprising. Almost everything is dried. You've got kombu kelp and katsuobushi, which are bonito flakes that have been smoked, dried, and even fermented. And that drying and fermenting, it isn't just for preservation. These processes create these incredibly concentrated umami compounds that, simply don't exist in the fresh ingredients.
And get this, the process is shockingly fast. You steep the kombu, but you pull it out right before the water boils so you don't get any bitterness. Then you toss in the katsuobushi, kill the heat, and strain it almost immediately. The whole thing can take barely a minute. The goal isn't to boil the life out of everything, it's to gently coax out only their purest, most perfect essence. This quote just captures the spirit of dashi perfectly. It's like a musician isolating a single perfect note. It is the soloist's beauty, a philosophy that believes the greatest flavor comes from removing everything that isn't absolutely essential. And behind this beautiful simplicity, there's some incredible science going on. It's called umami synergy. The glutamic acid from the kombu kelp and the inosinic acid from the bonito flakes, when you put them together, they actually amplify the taste of umami up to 8 times. It's total culinary magic, where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 8.
Okay, so now let's shift gears. We're moving from the islands to the continent, where the philosophy is flipped completely on its head. If Japan is all about subtraction, Europe and China are all about the power of addition.
And you can see that addition philosophy immediately. We're not talking about a couple of dried ingredients here. For European bouillon, you've got animal bones, a mirepoix of aromatic vegetables, herbs. For Chinese tong, it's whole chickens, pork, cured jinhua ham, and sometimes even medicinal herbs. This is all about building a complex orchestra of flavor.
And unlike Dashi's 60-second sprint, this is a marathon. Over hours and hours of a slow simmer, a really profound transformation happens. The collagen from the bones starts to break down. The vegetables release all their aromatic compounds. And after 8 hours or more, you get that deep flavor, the minerals, and that rich, full-bodied gelatin.
This whole process has a name: gelatinization. And it's really the scientific heart of the continental method. Converting that tough collagen into silky gelatin, that's what gives a great bouillon or tang its signature body, its smooth, coating mouthfeel, and a flavor that just lingers on your palate.
So if dashi is the soloist, this is the perfect counterpoint, orchestral harmony. It's a philosophy of addition, where you layer dozens of flavor instruments, the bones, the meats, the vegetables, the herbs, to create this powerful, complex symphony in the bowl. So here we are. We have 2 completely opposite approaches, subtraction versus addition, a soloist versus an entire orchestra. But why? Why did these culinary cultures evolve in such dramatically different ways just to achieve the same goal of deliciousness?
The answer, remarkably, lies in an ingredient we barely even think about. It's the most fundamental element of any soup, and it turns out to be the secret that unlocks this entire puzzle. It's the water.
You see, Japan is a volcanic archipelago with these fast-running rivers, which gives it incredibly soft water, really low in minerals. This soft water is fantastic at pulling delicate flavors out of ingredients like kombu. But then you go to continental Europe and a lot of China, and the water is hard. It's rich in minerals from limestone. This hard water actually binds with flavor compounds and proteins, making it not so great for delicate extraction, but really good for clarifying meat stocks by helping all that scum form and rise to the top. And the numbers, they tell the whole story. Soft water, with a mineral content below 60 milligrams per liter, is absolutely perfect for the high extraction you need for dashi. Hard water, over 120, is way better for that long simmer of a meat-based bouillon or tang. It means the very geology of a place didn't just shape its landscape, it literally dictated its path to flavor.
So this brings us to a really fascinating conclusion. Flavor isn't just taste. It's culture. It's what happens when geography, science, and history all get to simmer together in the same pot.
And you can actually see this play out in taste tests. For instance, in one panel, Japanese participants overwhelmingly preferred the clean taste of dashi. But the Chinese panelists, they found that same dashi to taste fishy and odd, and they vastly preferred the rich, fatty character of a chicken bouillon. It just goes to show you that our idea of delicious is something we learn. It's shaped by the flavors we grow up with. Ultimately, these liquids just play different roles in the kitchen. Dashi is like a kuroko, the unseen stagehand in Japanese theater. Its job is to be a catalyst, to push the main ingredient into the spotlight and make its natural flavor shine. Bouillon and tang, on the other hand, they are the spotlight. They're the powerful foundation, the soul of the sauce, providing the primary flavor for the entire dish. So in the end, it all comes down to this great divide. On one side, you've got a philosophy of subtraction, powered by the science of umami synergy, driven by soft water creating a subtle enhancer, and on the other, a philosophy of addition, powered by gelatinization, driven by hard water to create a powerful foundation. It's four key differences that define entire worlds of flavor. And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If our sense of what's delicious is really a language, one that we learn from our environment and our history, what happens next? As our world gets more and more connected, and ingredients and ideas start flowing freely across these old geological lines, what amazing new languages of flavor are we going to invent?